Hey guys, sometimes when bullies come around and want to tell you what to do, sometimes you got to stand up and you got to say, listen, that fight is yours. I'm not in it with you. So it's been reported by the Hollywood Reporter that Ari Emanuel calls on Kanye West's business partners to stop working with him. And Kanye himself said that that is the man who encouraged everyone to break partnerships with him. The Endeavor CEO urged companies including Apple and Spotify to no longer profit off the rapper's music, stating that hatred and anti Semitism should have no place in our society, no matter how much money is at stake. So these companies went along with what Emmanuel had to say, drop Kanye. So let's look at a list of companies that drop Kanye. We already know that Adidas is not going to be okay based on Bernstein's report for and projection for 2023. And even Adidas said they have to rework a whole lot of things, even compromising their sales, their revenues to make it work. So Emmanuel pretty much put the word out there. Everybody's supposed to stop working with Kanye, even if it means you're going to lose money in the process of doing so. That's what Adidas did. Now, in an op-ed in the Financial Times published online on Wednesday, the Endeavor CEO, Emmanuel, wrote that West's business partners, including companies that profit off his music, such as Apple, Spotify, Adidas, and his touring partner, should stop working with the star. Emmanuel also said that parent company of Parler, which on Monday announced West's planned acquisition of the right-wing social media platform, should refuse to sell it to him. So this is total across the board destruction that Emmanuel wants Kanye to go through. Not only his sneaker sales, his media platforms, his music, everything. Even new projects he's got on the burner that is supposed to come into fruition. Emmanuel is saying, no, 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 no. Don't sign no contracts with him. Don't do any business with him. If you have a contract out there with him, break it. Just don't do any type of business with Kanye West. This man wants to destroy Kanye, in other words. I'm telling you guys, this is a bully at work, okay? Because if these companies don't play ball and drop Kanye, they're going to suffer the consequences because he's going to make sure that they do not exist. That's what it looks like to me. And if that is not a bully, I don't know what else is. When you think you got so much money and you think everybody's supposed to bow to you, and if they don't bow, they're going to suffer the consequences. That's what it looks like to me. And I'm telling you, people, when man says no, God says what? What? I don't believe that this man can destroy Kanye if God does not have it in the plan, okay? He may try, and we see he's trying very hard. But when man says no, God says yes. So there's no doubt in my mind that Kanye is not going to rally back. And not only is he going to rally back, he's going to thrive. I don't agree with any anti-Semitic remark, just like how I don't agree with anything that is derogatory towards black people. I don't believe in anything that's negative towards the Jewish community. But let me tell you, you cannot destroy a person like this and say that you're a godly person. Deliberately try to take bread out of a person's mouth, their ability to make money and to feed their families. Because essentially, if he's taking bread off Kanye's mouth, stopping all his flow, stopping his businesses, stopping his companies, any projects in the future, stopping those. Kanye have 4 kids. So what is he saying? What is he doing? He is stopping Kanye's ability to feed those kids. That's all it's saying to me. Kanye may have billions and now maybe he's got millions because he lost so many projects and so many deals with these companies. But still, those children are accustomed to a certain lifestyle in which he is trying to provide. And if he cuts him from making any future profits, they're going to have to downsize how they live. And that's impeding on the kids. So he's not only hurting Kanye, he's hurting his children. Okay, folks, that was metaphorically speaking. We all know that Kim Kardashian is not going to allow those 4 kids to downsize, okay? Let me just get real. I think Kanye is going to rally back. And so Kanye is not going to lose out in the end. I mean, he may have lost the $2 billion going on $3 billion because all these companies pull out. It freed him up to do his own thing and to keep all the money. So let's look at how many companies dropped Kanye and who is not doing well now as a result of them dropping Kanye. So according to the forecast by Bernstein, a little input about Bernstein's forecasting. Bernstein's Wealth Forecasting Analysis SM is designed to assist investors in making long-term investments decisions regarding their allocation of investments among categories of financial assets. So essentially what this company does is to forecast or predict a company's financial future by examining historical performances data such as revenues, cash flow, expenses, or sales. So what they have pretty much done is to forecast how Adidas is going to be performing in the future and how much money they stand to lose now that they have dropped Kanye West. And they put out a report that Adidas total losses from its severing of ties with Kanye West is at 645 million, with an additional 247 million loss of sales this year, stated by the company, and 400 million in lost revenues in 2023. That was the review forecast by Bernstein. So as you guys can see, Adidas is standing to lose a whole lot of money for their hasty decision of, or maybe the twisting of the arm for them to drop Kanye when they know they should not have, because they're going to be losing a lot of money as a result. So now it's being speculated that Adidas may go into bankruptcy. Now this report was put out on Google News. So one of Bernstein's analysts, Anisha Sherman, told Forbes that Adidas confirmed to her it will entirely shut down Yeezy. That accounts for a high single-digit percentage of all sales, and that they're going to rebrand the products as Adidas and giving a notable haircut to the company's revenue in 2023. In other words, folks, they are severing all ties with Kanye and they're going to be cutting back on their sales. When you cut back on sales, what happens? You cut back on your profit margin. That means they're going to be losing a lot of money. So Bernstein forecasts that there's going to be a cut in its 2023 revenue forecast for Adidas by about $398 million due to the company severing ties with Kanye West. So Adidas is forecast to lose over $1 billion because they sever ties with Kanye West. So in the end, they're the ones really losing. Kanye lost, but they also are losing. So let's examine how they're going to lose this $1 billion. So from its severing of ties with Kanye West, they lost $645 million. And with the 247 million loss of sales this year, that brings it close to $900 million. And then it's been forecast by Bernstein reporting that the company should lose in excess of $400 million in the year 2023 in the revenues, and that will put their losses over $1 billion. Adidas shares also fell after the company dumped Kanye West. It is down about 15% over the last 5 days, as reported by Forbes. And they put out a statement and it says the shares of rival Nike is up by 1.3% in the period, and Evercore ISI analyst Omar Said said the divergence appears to be widening between the retailers, meaning there's a gap between the sales between these two companies now. They are seeing a market escalation with Nike sales in opposed to Adidas' sales, which are down remarkably. So Adidas said on October 6th, it placed its partnership with Kanye under review after the rapper wore clothing associated with a white supremacist group at his Yeezy fashion show in Paris, but did not make any public comment on West until Tuesday. Luxury retailer Balenciaga cut ties with Kanye that Friday, and his talent agency CAA dropped him on Monday. This is all according to Forbes Online. So according to Rob Report, Kanye is now worth only around $400 million after all those deals went belly up. And Kanye himself said he lost $2 billion in one day after Adidas, Balenciaga, and Gap severed ties with him. It is estimated by Forbes that Kanye's Adidas deal was valued at $1.5 billion, and that his valuation is now remaining in his music, cash, real estate, and Kim Kardashian's clothing line. This is according to Forbes. So then Gap put out a statement and they said following the Adidas decision, Gap announced that it would remove Yeezy Gap products from the stores and the Yeezy Gap website, or former partners' recent remarks and behavior further underscore why we are taking immediate steps to remove Yeezy Gap product from our stores, so says the retailer. And then Balenciaga, which is a French fashion house, terminated their relationship with Kanye after already pulling out of the Yeezy Gap engineered by Balenciaga line in July. Creative director Demna and Kanye had previously collaborated on music performances such as the rapper's Dande 2 listening event. So on October the 21st, Balenciaga had put out a statement and they said that they plan no projects in the future related to Kanye. So now they have removed images of Kanye from the 2023 fashion show from its website. So according to the Wrap, in September, JP Morgan Chase, prior to the anti-Semitism scandal, the bank giant severed ties with Kanye and his Yeezy brand. Kanye had publicly criticized the company's leaders via social media in the past. Following the backlash to Kanye's remarks, conservative commentator Candace Owens tweeted a photo of a letter the bank sent to Kanye, informing him of its decision. On October the 24th, the studio MRC announced that it was scrapping a completed documentary about Kanye. In a memo explaining the decision, the founders, along with Chief Business Officer Tenley, said the silence from leaders and corporations when it comes to Kanye or anti-Semitism in general is dismaying, but not surprising. So MRC further stated that Kanye is a producer and sampler of music. Last week, he sampled and remixed a classic tune that was charted for over 3,000 years. The lie that Jews are evil and conspire to control the world for our own gain, the statement read. That Kanye has now helped mainstream in the modern era this narrative that Jews are conspiring to control the world. That was the statement that was put out by MRC Studio. So, in the wake of MRC's announcement dropping Kanye, then CAA, Kanye's agency, dropped him from its clients' roster that same day. Jeremy Zimmer, the head of the former agency UTA, called for a boycott of Kanye. And he put out a statement saying that powerful voices spewing hatred have frequently driven people to do hateful things. He wrote in a memo to employees, let's not lull into thinking that this time it's different. Foot Locker followed suit shortly afterwards. After Adidas and Gap and the previously mentioned companies dropped him, they announced that they will also drop him. So this is the statement Foot Locker put out. They said the company will not be supporting any future Yeezy project drops. And we have instructed our retail operators to pull any existing product from our shelves and digital sites. Foot Locker also stated that the retailer will remain in business with Adidas where other brands are concerned. So on October the 26th, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and Marshalls, TJX, the parent company of TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and Marshalls, said that it has instructed its buying team not to purchase any merchandise for sale in any of its stores globally from Kanye West. Christie's, a luxury auction private house, also called it quits on a planned private sale of Nike Air Easy One prototype that Kanye had worn to the Grammy Awards back in 2008. Madame Tussauds Museum in London. The museum's location has removed a wax figure of Kanye West from public view. The figure was first unveiled in tandem with a figure of Kanye's ex-wife Kim Kardashian back in 2015. So, a representative of Madame Tussauds Museum put out a statement, and the statement read, Kanye's figure has been retired to our archives. The representative further added, each profile earns their place at Madame Tussauds London, and we listen to our guests and the public on who they expect to see at the attraction. His legal representative also dropped him. The firm that represented him in the divorce from Kim Kardashian told the Washington Post it was no longer working with him. Back in September, Kanye had attorneys to terminate his deal with The Gap, but on October the 26th, they decided to drop him. The law firm of Calden Langer, Wickensham, and Taft decided to drop him. The law firm Cadwalader, Wickensham, and Taft refused to represent him in the future. They terminated their deal and they were working on a deal for him to drop Gap. So on October the 26th, they put out a statement that they would no longer be representing him. The Real and online retail site also announced that they will not be doing business with Kanye West and will no longer permit the sale of Yeezy products. So in defense of them not carrying his products anymore, the Real spokesperson said the recent offensive comments that Kanye West made regarding the Jewish community are not only offensive, but go against absolutely everything we stand for and believe in, said the company. As such, in response to these anti Semitic messages and his actions, we are no longer accepting items associated with Kanye West or his brand, including Yeezy and Yeezy X Adidas. So, folks, in other words, anything that has Kanye's name attached to it, they're not doing business with. So, according to this online news source, and it's called The News, the Yeezy brand resale market shot up despite Adidas cutting their ties with Kanye West. They reported this November 6th. They also reported that Adidas is set to lose $246 million this year after severing ties with Kanye West. So, according to the New York Post, Adidas only boosted the sales of the Yeezy line after cutting ties with Kanye West. So, people have been stocking up on their Yeezys because they realize it's the last set of Yeezys that Adidas is going to be putting out. So, they are considered currently as collectibles. So, that can account for the spike in the market with the product line. One retailer said he bought some Yeezys about a few weeks ago for $250 to $350 each, and now he's selling them for $800 a pair and up. So the New Jersey-based personal trainer and sneaker restorer said that he could have cashed in upwards to $10,000 because he said he thought the price would go up and then it would drop. So he bought a certain amount, not knowing that it would keep rising. So when the initial purchase that he had all sold out, and he bought the sneakers for about $250 to $350. He sold them for $800, so he made a good profit. But he said those same sneakers 2 weeks after, because the price keeps going up, it is now worth $1,000 to $2,000 a pair. So, folks, if you have any Yeezys, keep them as collector's items, okay? Because the prices keep going up. So, according to the Wall Street Journal, the market has been going insane since Adidas canceled Kanye's Yeezy line. The price jumped more than 20%. So, for these particular Yeezy sneakers to come back in the same type of form, which was connected to Adidas, it's never going to come back because Adidas is no longer doing business with Kanye and vice versa. So these sneakers will remain classics. So if you got one, hold on to it. So Topline, which is a German footwear company and apparel giant, okay, they had a deal with Kanye and they broke off relations with Kanye also, but they suffered a big loss. So Adidas is a German company and their sales were falling to begin with. It was slumping sales. And when they broke off relations with Kanye, it's been disclosed that they lost a 9-figure loss. On Tuesday, after it disclosed a 9-figure loss after breaking off relations with Kanye West. So it looks like if Adidas is the only one that's really hurting right now. So guys, here's a little fun fact. Remember, I just said that Adidas dropped Kanye West. Well, here is the fun fact by Wikipedia. The Dassler brothers were the original founders of Adidas, and they were members of the Nazi Party. The 1st of May 1933, all three of the Dassler brothers joined the Nazi Party, 3 months after Hitler was appointed Chancellor. So, of the three brothers, Rudolf was the more ardent believer in the Nazi Party. This is according to Wikipedia. So, there is the discrepancy that this company is now saying because of anti Semitic remarks by Kanye West, they have to drop him when the original founders, the three brothers, were a member of the Nazi Party. So, according to Adidas spokesperson, the agreement that they have with Kanye was supposed to end in 2026. So, I'm thinking that Kanye got a good case to go after these companies for breaking contracts. So apparently, Adidas knew by terminating early with Kanye would cost them money, because this is another statement that they put out. This is expected to have a short-term negative impact of up to 250 million on the company's net income in 2022, given the high seasonality of the fourth quarter. This is what Adidas reported. And we all know around the holidays, sneakers tend to sell better than other seasons. So it is the season for giving, gift giving, the Christmas, the New Year, etc. And so they are poised to lose a lot more money. So, guys, on Tuesday, Adidas made a statement. They put out a statement that they are the sole owner of all design rights to existing Yeezy products, as well as previous and new colorways under the partnership. So now you guys understand why Kanye wanted to get out of that relationship, that partnership with Adidas, because they own all rights to those sneakers. Imagine you're the creator and it's your idea, your baby, your brainchild, and you see it in fruition. You put it, all the layout of all the designs, and you make it happen because it's your vision. And because this company have a whole lot of money, they're going to give you a little part of it, maybe 2 billion, maybe a billion. In the meantime, they're making trillions. And you are the brainchild of that product. And when you walk away, they have sole ownership to everything. So now we get a glimpse as to what Kanye was talking about when he said his creative ability is stifled. But I wouldn't say the creative ability. What I would say is they were stealing right in front of his face, okay? They were stealing him blind. I'm going to tell you guys something else. If Kanye decides that he wanted to market any of those sneakers he did with Adidas, they can sue him. He cannot market those sneakers. What he has to do is come out with a new line that is totally different from those sneakers that he put out with Adidas. Can you imagine that ish? Anywho, YouTubers, drop your comments in the comment section. I'm over now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. Thank you for watching.